Pickering has also won there. He's in this race too. Dwayne Tyres, the Ironman, has also won there. So there's a few winners from Adelaide here. Well, let's have a look how they line up, because John Robinson has won pole position by quite a bit of time here. He was very, very fast. He sits on pole. This is a rolling start. Wally Lewis will start alongside him. So that's going to be an interesting confrontation. Wally Lewis, the footballer. Tommy Carroll, the former world champion surf rider. He's driven down there in Adelaide. Larry Pickering actually has won in Adelaide the year that I ran down there. And Dwayne Tyres won it the year before. Richard Wilkins from MTV, he is there too. Grant Kenny, another Ironman. There's plenty of muscle going to go around this circuit. Jeremy Sins, we'll go through this quick for you. Daniel Lightfoot, Andrew Bailden. We knew all about him in Auckland. Fiona McDonald, Damien Hardman, another surfer is involved in there. Keith Williams, now there's a name that goes back a little in motor racing. Peter Lawrence, and they're coming onto the straight. We'll get a start too. Jacko is there. Mark Jackson, well back, but that'll be fun. Duncan Armstrong, our gold medalist. James Kemsley. Christina Dwyer, Penthouse. Maxie Christmas, the local businessman here of High Note. Kenny Lord is there. Lisa Curry Kenny starting back. So husband and wife on the grid, but a long way back. Marcus Graham, Robin Parkin. So getting set now for a start. Rolling start, 5 laps, and we're racing now. So watch Wally Lewis, because if he's driving like he played football last night, and didn't he give the referee some over some of the tries that were scored, side by side they go down to John. Wally Lewis takes the line straight away. So Wally Lewis is picking up where he left off last night, playing against Western Suburbs for the Seagulls in the rugby league match of the night. Wally Lewis did a great drive over in Adelaide, and he really can handle a motor car.
He certainly can, Daz. He's proved to be quite competent at this type of motorsport, but his blood pressure's well and truly up anyway. They really got him in the mood for this last night.
John Robinson was very, very quick when he did start to get going there off the line. John Robinson did a very fast practice time, but I think Wally would have been called to football duties. Maybe that's it. There's plenty of lean going on, and some of the filly going around there. But it's Lewis and Robinson. Robinson goes a little wider, and there we go. Robinson's out, bang, took the line and just gets shuttered away. So the celebrity race continues in the vein we know so well. Plenty of biff and barge.
Well, that's right. The guy that I think it was Larry Pickering in the white car came in on the inside and said, there's not quite enough room here, but I'm going to make some. Here he goes, look, straight on the inside. Oh, there's plenty of it going on. But John Robinson, he was actually on pole by quite a lot. I think he must have been. Here we go, straight on the inside. Look at that, look. Don't worry about me. I'll make my own room, thank you.
There we go, Wally Lewis. Wally, can you hear me? It's Darryl Eastlake.
Yeah, mate, gotcha.
Hey, listen, Wally, John Robinson just went spinning out of your way from behind. Did you see the shunt?
Yeah, a bit of bad luck, wasn't it?
Now, listen, you're giving that referee some last night, or you're taking it out on the car today?
Oh, mate, yeah, I hate to finish loser last night, so I've got to try and pick up a victory today if I can, but some pretty stiff competition back there.
Hey, Wally, you're looking pretty relaxed in a car. I mean, I've seen you drive your car around the streets of the Gold Coast. You're never quite that relaxed.
Oh, pretty relaxed, mate, yeah, but you're allowed to speed on this one. Usually you're not allowed to.
That's never stopped you before. Well, what have you got to do now? Because you're getting a bit of traffic up behind you, so you have to be very, very tidy.
Well, that's right. I just can't afford to make any mistakes now. The guys are closing in a little bit quicker than I would have hoped, but I just got to hope I make no mistakes here, mate. Just go for all the right moves, stay wide, and remember the things I've been told in training.
Tommy Carroll, the surfer, coming up through the pack. He's driven at Adelaide. He's got a bit of experience there, so he might give you a bit of a run.
Yeah, well, Tommy went like a mad dog yesterday in training. He was the real dark horse tip for the race. I'm expecting him to really put in some work in the last 2 or 3 laps. He's a guy that doesn't like losing, that's for sure, and he'll really come home with a wet sail.
John Robinson seemed to qualify so much quicker in practice. Did you get a full session in?
No, I only got about 3 laps, I think, in, but...
Well, there we go. Wally Lewis just, we're losing him, but he's done a 2:46 on of time there. So Wally's going pretty well, and he's really got a gap going now.
Yeah, well, that's perfect for him, because he's built up that gap, which he'll be able to concentrate on doing nice, clean lines and nice, clean driving. And with a little bit of luck for Wally, the other guys might hold each other up with them trying to outbrake each other and biffing and barging, and that will hold them up and it'll enable Wally to get away, although they have actually spread out a little bit.
Rest of the field coming through now. Tommy Carroll is there. There's quite a few winners from Adelaide in this, but Jackie Stewart, as Ken mentioned off the top of this race, Jackie Stewart thought that Wally's drive in Adelaide was the best celebrity drive he'd ever seen. He said the guy really did handle the car very, very well, and look at he's doing already.
Yeah, he's built up quite a good lead there, and as I said before, he can really now just concentrate on his driving and taking the correct lines and getting that car around the circuit the quickest possible way. The guy behind him, Tom Carroll, has to watch that Larry Pickering, and he might have to drive a little defensively, and in doing so not take the absolute correct line, so that'll enable Wally to even get further away.
Well, Larry Pickering was very cunning in the Adelaide race that he drove. He sat back second to third last lap, went for it, and really pulled it off. There we go, Tommy Carroll, Larry Pickering is there. Grant Kenny's coming through. Grant Kenny making up some time. He's had a fair bit of experience on a racetrack over the years too.
He has indeed, and you know, Grant's no stranger. He comes up to the advanced driving school there at Norwell and does a few laps occasionally, and he's got a very nice looking BMW road car that he's jazzed up, and he's a real enthusiast. He loves his motorsport.
Dwayne Tyers in behind him, another Ironman, has won also in Adelaide, and it's spent a bit of time around Oran Park racing. Look at the brakes locking up there now, so they're trying. Tommy Carroll's got plenty behind him. Larry Pickering, Grant Kenny, good tight battle here for second, third, fourth and fifth, but Wally's cleared out. Through they come. What do you think of the line so far? Because this would be a pretty difficult circuit for these fellas.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty daunting, that cement wall either side. It's very hard to pick your braking point. The days just cutting the apex a little bit. Very hard to pick your line, very hard to pick your braking points. So it'd be a daunting thing for these guys in this funnel effect.
Larry Pickering had a little look there then, and this is how he drives, Larry. He did this over in Adelaide. He had a little look and he just thought, well, maybe next lap. But look at the lead that Wally Lewis has established as they come back down the Gold Coast Highway, past our broadcast position here, and they'll head down into the chicanes. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Larry make a little move here on Tommy Carroll. Tommy's open up a bit. Wally, nice line through there, just lifts the wheel up.
So what could happen here, Daz, is that when the cars are so close, it only takes someone like Tom Carroll or Larry Pickering to have a little biff, make a bit of a mistake, and all of a sudden the guy who's running sixth can find himself in second position. And I know Dwayne Thies has been going very well in pre-race testing. I know that Greg Hansford was very impressed with him. So out of those 5 cars that we're looking at the moment, that could change any old second.
Well, there it is, a beautiful shot from the high surf down here on the Gold Coast. Magnificent scenery, the big tall buildings in this racetrack, and a bit under brakes now. Tommy Carroll, there's a bit comes off the car too, and Larry Pickering. Is it Larry Pickering? He's done exactly what I thought he'd do. Larry Pickering has damaged the car a little. He may get black flagged for that. Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh, they'll all concertina here. Bang, 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 bang. Everybody gets involved.
Well, that'll allow Wally to get even further away, because as they're coming out of the corner and biffing each other and going sideways, they're not putting the power on the road, and Wally driving nice and clean, he's just slowly walking away.
Wally, you've got Grant Kenny now, because Larry Pickering has just caused a bingle behind you, so Grant Kenny now running second and starting to close a little.
Oh, well, I expected that from Grant, the Ironman. He's been doing a little bit of sneak practice on the side as well, mate. He's got one of those nice, clean, quick cars to race on the highways, but, oh, well, if he tries to pass me, I guess I'll just have to try and use a little bit of elbow room here.
Your average speed, Wally, 89 kilometres an hour.
89, eh? Well, I'll try and improve that for you, mate. That's a little bit slow.
Larry Pickering's car absolutely falling to bits, and now the bumper's right underneath him. They'll have to pull him off the circuit. I would think that could be a little dangerous the way that is at the moment.
I think Larry Pickering's not quite sure that there is chicanes there. He just goes straight over them.
Richard Wilkins is a big improver too. Richard Wilkins starting to come through behind Larry Pickering. Now, I hadn't seen Richard for a while, so there he's a fairly forceful driver. He probably got through when that shunt happened. So he's picked up a few places. Grant Kenny getting some breathing space on that pack now, chasing Wally Lewis. Don't know if he's got the laps to do it. Wally's played a game of football last night. You must be feeling a little tired, Wally.
Yeah, a little bit sore, mate. The West guys were very physical. They certainly deserved their victory, but Oh, well, mate, I think the adrenaline started rushing once we got to the racetrack. It certainly gets you going. It's a great sport, this one.
Is there a chance we might see W. Lewis in a race car more often once the football career winds down?
I don't know whether anybody would trust me or not, mate.
So there he is, Wally Lewis doing a fine job out in front, but Grant Kenny's starting to make a little bit of territory.
Well, that's right. See, Grant's been able to... Oops, a days, a bit of late braking. Good stuff. Yeah, see, Larry's probably holding these guys up. He's slowly dropping back because the aerodynamics of his car now won't be all that good. That'll be slowing him down a little bit in the straight and might even be affecting him a little bit in the corners. But the other two guys have managed, Thies and Carroll, have managed to get past him. But Grant Kenny now has put space between himself and that fighting bunch. So what he has to do now is really try and drive as cleanly as he can to get right up behind Wally.
Exactly. Well, Dwayne Tyes won one of the rounds over in Adelaide. He's a pretty aggressive driver, another Ironman, and they're very fit. They're not going to get tired, these fellows. There's the gap for you. As you see all of the cars now jostling for position. You can see them sliding around, doing the best they can. Well, Wally, you've got to hang on. There's not much to go, but Kenny's starting to close on you. Can you see him clearly? Wally Lewis now opening a little bit of a gap now. He really got the power down then. You can see the break that he opened up on Grant Kenny, the most famous of all Ironmen. And Lisa Curry Kenny, his wife, is back in the field too, doing the best we can. But look at the battle for third. Dwayne Tyes, Tommy Carroll, no love lost there. Both, so round we go, but beautifully saved. Now that's a nice bit of driving.
Yeah, what'll happen though, he scrubbed all his speed off, and that'll allow Dwayne Tyes to have a real go at him, because when you come out of the chicane like that and the car goes sideways, you do scrub all your forward momentum off, and it'll give the guy behind you a chance to go past.
Lisa is sitting back in 20th position out of 24, but here, let's have a look at this again. Here's Wally really, Dwayne Tyes, I should say, really throwing it around. He's pretty aggressive. Now, a move being made now, you can see. Well, Wally, they're starting to close up. Can you hang on, son?
How far to go is there, mate? I've forgotten to count.
You haven't got far. You're on the last one, I think.
Well, I hope I can hang on from here. If I can't hang on from here, I don't deserve to be in the car to start with.
World champion. And Dwayne Tyes.
Either that, Wally, or you just have to make it about 30 foot wide for the last half lap or so.
Well, we've got one to go, or is this the finish?
No, you've got it. You'll get a white flag when you come down, and then you'll be on your last lap. Oh, one into the wall, one into the tyre wall, bouncing off nicely though. Dwayne Tyes, he's really doing a bit of push and shove here, Dwayne.
I don't know quite what happened there. Almost by the attitude of the car, as if he got a bit of help from behind, because he had the wrong sort of lock on. He had a right-hand lock for, yeah, see, it's...
Bang, Dwayne Tyes.
That
really
is now known as Dwayne Tyes straightaway.
But you see how the tyres worked, and they actually rebounded the car back out. It was okay.
Yeah, they've done a good job there.
Wally Lewis down through the chicane. You're getting a bit rough looking, Wally.
Oh, mate, there's plenty of gravel on that track there. It's a little bit scary coming through there. I just don't want to spoil what I've got so far. I prefer to go a little bit easier, I think, and try and protect what I've got.
How does the car feel around these very high? Whoa, another. We'll come back to you, Wally, because Dwayne has done it again. He drives like I do. Only I think he's more radical again. Dwayne Tyes is going all over the circuit and hitting things. Wally is a daunting sight, those walls and the meshing. Dwayne Tyes, we see the replay there. Whoa, really came in and lifted a wheel up, Alan.
Yeah, Dwayne seems to be doing all his damage going into the corner. He seems to go in a little bit too quick and gets the attitude of the car all wrong, and then comes out all out of control.
Well, Wally Lewis, what's it like on the circuit? Is it a bit daunting with all that concrete around you? Wally's given us the flick. He's concentrating to the flag now, doesn't want to know about us. But he's doing a great job, Wally. The white flag is out. He's on the last lap, soaring away at the wheel there. But he does handle the car nice the way he sets it up in the chicanes, Alan.
He does, and you know, the ability to be able to talk back to us while he's going through the corners, it's not an easy thing to do, I can tell you, Daz, because you really have to concentrate 100% on what you're doing, and to have people like you and I screaming down your ear, asking you how you're going and how you feel, and then being able to sort all that out and answer back, that's no mean task, I can tell you.
Wally, can you hear me now? What's the circuit like with all of the walls and the wire? Is it a bit daunting?
Oh, mate, I think the only daunting thing about it is that the walls are made of concrete. If they were made of something soft, you wouldn't mind, but whoa, a little bit more in there. I think if they were made of rubber or something like that, you wouldn't mind. But that concrete, you just don't seem to be able to bounce off and get away with it as good as you can with the rubber stuff.
You're doing a bit of half and puffy, so I think we're going to put you in a bit more training.
I think I've lost about half a stone during this race, mate. I just got to get through this last corner.
Going down onto the Gold Coast Highway now. Well, you've driven this road plenty of times, Wally. I mean, you live here, you know the area pretty well.
Yeah, it's a great spot, mate, but I don't think I've ever enjoyed seeing this part of Surfers Paradise so much.
Well, there it is, the checkered flag. So another win for Wally Lewis, and that must make you feel quite okay after last night.
Yeah, it makes me feel real good. It takes away some of the pain from last night's loss, but this has been a lot of fun. But last night's loss, I think, did us the world of good. At least it'll teach us that we're not quite as good as we thought we were.
Righto, Wally, congratulations. We'll leave it there. We've got a car on its roof coming onto that Gold Coast Highway bend there. Gee whiz, that looked a bit nasty, but I thought, oh, there we go. That's how it happened. Oh dear, but came off the wall okay, and I saw the driver walking away. Who is that? Dwayne Tyers. I think Dwayne Tyers will never forget this race.
Actually, Dwayne's been trying to do that for several laps, and I think he just succeeded on the last lap.
Wilbur Wild, there he is, the sack. Here it is again, Al. Where did he go wrong this time?
Well, it's these curbs, you know, and we kept on about these curbs in the kart practice, and you can't sort of put wheels up on the curb. It really upsets the attitude of the car, as we just saw.
Okay, there it is, a fairly dramatic race. Wally Lewis taking out his second celebrity race. Grant Kenny also there in second place, I should say. And Tommy Carroll making a return to the racetrack to surf and doing very, very well. Great entertainment. Congratulations to Wally Lewis. Bad luck to Dwayne Tyers. He won't forget.